Hello, friends. My name is Steve, and welcome to Steve Talks Books. Thank you for coming by and watching my weekly update. It's where I talk about what I've been reading, what I'm going to read, what I won't get to, and everything else in between. Once again, it's more about what I haven't been reading. It's been a busy couple of weeks. But if you'd like to connect with me, the best place is on our forums at pagechewing.com. That's where we organize all of our discussions. There's a D&D group going on there. There's a movie club. There's a bunch of other. There's an ARC section for ARC requests and submissions, and there's a bunch of stuff. We also have a front page blog, a WordPress site that if you are interested in being a blogger on the site, you can blog whatever you want to blog, within reason. But if you want to review games or your own personal blog, whatever it may be, get in touch with me. I'd like to have a couple of people writing for the site, just because I can't keep up with it to make it to fill enough content as I think, because I spent a lot of time setting up WordPress and getting it going. And then I stand back and it's like, what now? So if you are interested in blogging, whatever you want to, it can be any genre of books or movies or music or whatever you want to, let me know and we will talk about it. I can also be found on Vero at that one MFer. And that's where I spend most of my time these days. I don't really visit Twitter a whole lot anymore, just because I jump on for a few minutes, and it's just been kind of nasty there lately, worse than usual. So I haven't been using those sites, and I can also be found on my other channel at Steve Talks Movies, and we did finish up the 24 videos in 24 days. That was really fun. So thanks to all of you who were over there supporting me with that project. It was a lot of fun. It was busy, but it was fun. So let's get on to what I've been reading. Or like I said, what I haven't been reading. So we did have to postpone this week's Berserk discussion because a few in the group were not able to make it. So we thought it's better just to wait a week. And it's a lot to discuss this week in this volume. I won't give any spoilers, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. It keeps getting darker. I know a couple of you have told me that it's going to get darker, and I believe you. It's like, wow, okay, it's getting darker. It got dark, dark really fast. But so I'm still enjoying it. It is, like I said, it is pretty intense. There's pretty intense sections in there, but there are things that are starting to come that are kind of seeds that have been planted earlier that are starting to sprout. So it's nice to see that while I still enjoyed those storylines, seeing them now, kind of how they wrap into the story now, it's been really rewarding to see all this build up and all these things that have been set into motion, seeing them all come together. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's intense, but I'm enjoying it. Also, I have been reading the Ships of Mischief. It's the second book of the Wars of Light and Shadow series. I have to really take my time with this one because it's not. This book has almost a little different feel than the first one. It's still dense. I still have to take my time with it, but it's not as much. It may be just me adapting to the writing style. It's like a different mindset that I have to put myself in to read books like this or Baker or Erickson or whatever. I have to kind of, pump the brakes, like I always mention. I've also been listening to the last few chapters of the Unholy Consult again, because I think I'm on a bit of a book hangover. After finishing that series, it's just been tough for me. Like when you finish a book you really enjoyed, or a series, or whatever it is, and you just feel like you just can't. It's hard for you to move on. Like you just feel like you need to, take a couple Tylenol, a big glass of water, kind of thing. You just feel a little hungover. That's kind of the way I feel with this. It was such a long ride, and now that it's over, and I'm still thinking about the series, and I'm still talking about it on the forum, it's been a lot. So I think that's part of why I'm having trouble kind of jumping into something else, even though there's other books I'm excited to read. I just haven't had the mindset, I guess. You just kind of feel like you need just a minute. Like, just give me a minute. It's a lot. This week I hope to get to the Burning Girls. I was supposed to get to it last week, but I just, like I said, just haven't had a chance yet. So I hope to get to the Burning Girls this week. That is a buddy read with my buddy Lady Jane Books. So I have that on audio, so I plan to start that this week. And I have the physical copy. Oh, over there. Right there. So anyway, yeah, so I'm excited to get to that one, and also the Entangled Life. I would like to get to that too, but we'll see how the week goes. It's been a little hectic. So not a ton of reading in this week. So it's been, again, it's just been a little bit of a hangover. And this week on the channel, we did have the Friday conversation with Angela Board, Joshua Scott Edwards, Christopher Navo, and my buddy Chris Moen came by to help me with that one. Great group. We did talk a lot about Spiffbo, about the process of submitting your books, what's that's like for a reader, or for an author. Kind of, that must be so nerve-wracking to not only just get into it, but also just that waiting, the waiting part would drive me insane. So it's really great that this exists, and it's fun watching it. There's groups that do reviews, like Before We Go blog does reviews for it. It's a lot of work. So it's a great place for everyone to come together and help each other out. And it's just so much fun to learn more about it, what the process is like get a behind the scenes look at what is it like to submit your book to a competition like that. And we also talked about AI a little bit, some different perspectives. And I like that. I like that we all have different perspectives. We had a nice discussion. Nobody got upset. Nobody called each other names. It was just a good time. So it is possible. Trust me, it's possible. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I wanted to mention I did create some sections for the Second Apocalypse series, for the Prince of Nothing series, and for the Aspect Emperor series. There are 4 dedicated forums now where we're having discussions. There's also a section for the Wars of Light and Shadow. As we read along, we'll be adding to those. So we do have a read coming up in August, I think, for the Prince of Nothing. Be starting that again. Not sure about reading pace just yet, but that's going to be fun. I kind of want to get into it sooner, but I know I have to give myself a break. There's other things to do. And also, we will be reading Swamp Thing, Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, I believe in late June, early July. So if you'd like to join us, let us know. And we also set dates for 30 Days of Night for the graphic novel, and we plan to discuss the movie as well. So if you'd like to join us, anyone's welcome. Come by and say hello. We are a friendly bunch. So this week, like I said, that's like my update. Last week I did ask where you find music, and some great responses. And I've been browsing Bandcamp.com. It's a place you can buy digital music. I believe you can even buy physical, I think. I think they sell vinyl and other physical media there too, but I've been buying high quality. You can get high quality audio from there because I can get lossless audio. That's why I really like it. So I can buy FLAC or the lossless formats. So it was a mistake because we started a thread on the forum about Bandcamp finds, and I'll link it down below. And I started searching, and it got bad. So the ones I picked up this week, one of them was Cigarettes After Sex. I believe it's called I, the album I. It's been on rotation recently. It's just beautiful music. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Also, I found Johan Johansson and Yer Elazar Glotman's Last and First Men soundtrack. That's great. Great instrumental music. If you into that kind of thing, like really great soundtracks, really great, really good stuff. And also, I picked up the lossless version of Bell Witch Mirror Reaper. That's one of my favorite albums. It's just another one that you can just zone out with. You just listen, and it just takes you to another place, and it's just very. There's a way to elicit emotion in just instrumental music, and certain people can do that, and I really admire that. So those are the ones that I found. If you found anything this week, please let me know where you found it so I can go check it out as well. This week, my question, I actually stole it from Holly Tinsley, from H.L. Tinsley. On the forum, she had a thread asking about, if you're an author, what's the last thing that you Googled for research? Or if you're a reader, what's the last thing that you read and said, I wonder about that. I'm going to Google that and find out what that's about. So what was the last thing that you Googled that you read? Like you read a book, fiction, nonfiction, whatever it may be. you're reading and you say, I want to find out more about that. And you went to search and you went down a rabbit hole. What's the last thing that you did, last time that you did that for something you were reading? I think the last thing was I started Googling some religious references from the Aspect Emperor series. I can't get into too much detail without spoiling anything, but there are some biblical references in that series that I wanted to find out if it's just me or if there is some connections there. I guess trying to leave it vague. But that was the last thing that that I Googled that I was reading and wanted to find out more about. So let me know down below, what's the last thing that you Googled after reading and wanted to learn more about? How is everyone doing? Hope you're all having a great week. Hope you all had a great week last week, a great week this week. Hope you're all doing fantastic. And if you're not, then I hope it improves for you, because it always does improve. I've been trying to get in a lot of miles on my bike this week. I think I rode 100 miles this week, which isn't quite enough for what I plan to do in a few weeks. So I'm trying to be really consistent with it. I'm trying to spend a lot of time on the bike and just get the miles in and just be ready for this ride I have coming up later in June. So I don't want to die. I want to survive. So I've been trying to prepare myself for that. So that's been where I've been spending a lot of my time, is just pedaling. Let me know about your week. What have you been up to? Do you have anything special planned? Anything exciting coming up for you that you want to share? I'd love to hear about it. I always love to hear from all of you. It's great to the interaction is what makes this lots of fun. So yeah, let me know down below how you're doing. What are you reading, watching, or listening to? I love to hear about it. I get new ideas and new stuff on my TBR every time. So it's dangerous, but it's fun. It's a good fun. It's a good dangerous. Just lots and lots of books and lots of movies and lots of music and lots of good conversations. I really appreciate all of you who come by every week to say hello. It means a lot to me, so thank you so much. So hope you all have a great week, and let me know down below about my question and how you're doing. And until next time, we will talk to you soon.